Hi my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going through some sections of my makeup collection. I thought it would be interesting to show you what is in my collection currently after my declutter. So I'm going to show you my setting sprays, primers, concealers, foundations, my cream products such as bronzers, blush, highlights and powder versions of blush, highlights and bronzers. So we have this from W7. As you can see, it's well loved and I'm nearly finished this. It's their Fresh Grip Soothing Setting Mist Spray. Yeah, I really like this setting spray and I'm very sad that it's nearly finished, but also quite proud of the progress. It's from Rude Cosmetics. It's the Rude X Peanuts Collection Radiant Setting Spray. Another one I'm very much enjoying, and I'll definitely be getting this used up this year for sure. The Toy Story Collection from Revolution. Nearly halfway with this, but not quite. I really like this setting spray as well, and I'm hoping to also finish this year too. Another one that I really want to try and actually use up this year is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I've had this in my collection for such a long time. Still actually smells alright to use, which is good. But I'm really wanting to try and use this up before it actually goes bad. So yeah. I have this from Studio London. It's the You Do You Setting Mist. Not halfway currently. Honestly, like, I'm not super keen on this, but I'm sort of thinking I could use it like in between my makeup steps. You have this from Morphe. It's the Mini Continuous Prep and Set Mist. This is new to my collection, so I don't really have an opinion of it yet. Yeah, definitely, I've only used it once so far, so yeah, I need to use it a little bit more before I make a decision on what I think of it. Another setting spray that is relatively new to my collection from Revolution is the Fairy Cherry Grip Fixing Mist. I've only used it a few times so far. It's very, very, very new to my collection, so I don't have an opinion of it yet, but once I keep using it, I can get an opinion of it. But currently, I do like it. I just don't know if it's very good at setting the face. We have this setting spray from Temu. It's actually relatively decent. I don't know how well it does at setting the face, but yeah, so far I'm really liking this one. It's the Radiant Lasting Mist. Not used this yet, so I've had it in my collection a while, not used it yet, so I can't really give an opinion of it, but sounds very much up my alley. Long lasting dewy finish, that's definitely a setting spray that I like the sound of. From Hot Rose. I actually got this from Home Bargains for 99p. Yeah, bargain. And it's a dewy setting spray, again, really new to my collection, so I can't speak for it yet. The few times that I've used it, I have liked it, so there's hope. Technic, it's the dewy setting spray. It's relatively kind of small, so I'm sort of hoping I might get this used up this year, but I don't want to be like saying I'm definitely going to use up so many setting sprays because this is May currently. So, you know, we're already quite into the new year. But I'm hoping that I can at least get a lot more use than what it's currently got. It's a Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. Can't give you an opinion, I've not used it yet. But again, hydrate. Anything hydrating or dewy, I am all for. So I'm looking forward to trying this. This from Troublemaker. It's a Genius Grip. I've used this a few times and I do really like it. But definitely need to get more use out of it. But so far, the few times that I've used it, I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, this, I have two of these. It's the AOC Enhance and Prime setting spray. I bought this, it was on sale for 99p from B&M, and or maybe £1, it was something like that, it was very cheap. And I thought it would maybe be good for in between makeup steps as well. So we'll see. 3 different Charlotte Tilbury dupes here. I used to have the e.l.f. one. I love the e.l.f. Halo Glow one. It was so good, but that went out of date ages ago, so I had to get rid of that ages ago. So these are the only ones that I've got left. So got the AOC Flawless Finish, Radiant Glow Primer Foundation Hybrid in the shade Vanilla. I have the Oh My Beauty Flawless Finish Glow From Within Foundation. It's definitely a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't even know if this has a shade, if I'm honest. I think this was one of the only shades. I'm not too sure, to be honest, what shade it is. It doesn't actually have a shade name on it. I got this from Home Bargains. It was very cheap. I think it was, I'm going to be maybe £2. Yes. And then we have the W7 Lumina Multi-Glow Filter. And this is in, what shade do I have it in? I think it's in shade 1 Radiant. I'm guessing One Radiant is the shade name. I'm not sure. I love my grippy primers, okay? I just love gripping primers. I am obsessed with them. So let's start. This one is relatively new to my collection. It's from Revolution. It's their Fairy Cherry Grip Primer. We have this from Sunkist. It's their Flawless Grip Primer. This is relatively new to my collection as well. It's a Profusion Hydrating Grip and Face Primer. It's the e.l.f. Jelly Pop. A Grip and Locked Makeup Grip and Primer. Really like this one, but I've had it in my collection for quite a while, so I'm really wanting to try and get it used up a little bit more. One from W7 Prime Grip. This one is extremely gripping. Our Genius Grip Hydrating Primer. Again, really love this. I've used it a few times so far, and every time I've used it, I've really enjoyed it. So, yeah, Grippy Serum. This is actually my least favourite one in my collection. It's not as grippy as what other people claim it to be on me personally. To my blurring primers. I've only got 3 primers that are meant to be pore blurring. Let's start off with this one. So this one's from Temu, and it's meant to be a pore filling primer. I don't find it blurs any of my pores. I find that it's more hydrating than it is pore filling. Brightening putty primer. I really like this, to be fair. It does actually really brighten up the skin and adds a little bit of a glow as well, whilst filling in the pores. The PS Blur Primer. This is relatively decent, but out of all 3 of them, I don't feel like either of them particularly blur my pores all that great. One first from the Beauty Crop. It's the Dewy and Bounds Hydrating Serum Primer. I've only used this a few times. Does add decent hydration to the skin. This from Soda. It's the Coconut Drop Primer. Glowy primers. And I used to have a lot more glowy primers. I think these probably should have been shown when I showed the Charlotte Tilbury dupes, but didn't think of that when I was showing them off, so my bad. We have the Glow Hub. My glaze in the shade Sunrise. It's the Shimmering BB Primer. Well, the Lumi Lotion. It's a love-hate relationship with this, guys. The first time I used it, I hated it. Really hated it. I was very contemplating actually decluttering it from my collection. And it just sat in my collection for ages not getting used, because I didn't feel like it was really giving that glow that I was looking for. Then I went to use it for the second time because I thought, right, before I declutter this, I want to make sure for definite that I really don't like this primer. I used it a second time and somehow I fell in love with it, okay? Somehow I ended up really liking it. On to my concealers. And trust me, it looks a lot, but this is nothing compared to what it was like before I done a declutter, okay? So let's get into it. This one from Revlon Colour Stay. I have this in the shade 005 Fair. It's not really full coverage. It says it's a full coverage concealer. I do have to disagree with it. It is a nice concealer, but it's not full coverage. Profusion. It's the Multitask Concealer in the shade Medium. It's quite a thin consistency. I would say it's more of a light coverage concealer. I have this in the shade Light 18. Though if it broke, I actually had to buy disposable lip ones, so I will use them for when I use this. Good concealer. It's just a shame that the doe foot on it broke. This one from Temu. I actually really like this. It's really not bad. This is in the shade 01. Really nice concealer. It's relatively a light coverage concealer, but you can actually build it up to be maybe about a medium coverage. e.l.f. This is new to my collection. It's the Putty Colour Correcting Eye Brightener. We have this from Technic. It's the Triple Wave Serum Concealer. And this is in the shade Light. We have this. It's the typical Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. In the shade Fair 5. True Skin High Cover Concealer. I really like this. High coverage. Okay, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And it is very comfortable. It does feel sort of lightweight. So yeah, I do really love this concealer. This from Primark. It's their concealer. Medium buildable coverage. I have this in the shade Nougat. I have this from Rimmel. It's their Lasting Matte Concealer. I have this in the shade True Ivory. The Revolution IRL Filter Finish in the shade C2. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's got full coverage, but it's got good coverage. Okay, this one is relatively new to my collection. It's from Fenty Beauty. It's the only thing that I've ever tried from Fenty. And it is their Bright Fix Eye Brightener in the shade Crepe. I have the LA Colours Ultimate Cover Concealer in the shade Neutral. It's a really good concealer. I really enjoy this concealer. 7, it's a Fairy Vegan concealer. I have this in the shade Light. It's a really nice concealer. It's quite hydrating. I do like shade... I can never remember what shade I've got it in, guys. I apologise. I tried years ago the original Camel concealer from e.l.f. and I hated it. Really hated it. Now it does look a little dark for me, by the way, but that's actually my summer shade. Okay, when I naturally tan from the sun, I do tend to go that shade, okay, for not rise. So yeah, it looks crazy there, but once I actually blend it out, it doesn't look as dark as that. Yeah, the original one from them, I just felt it was just dry and cakey under the eyes, but the hydrating version is really good. Well, it's not even focusing. I really enjoy this one. Lastly, we have the Troublemaker Concealer in the shade Ditto. No, sorry, it's the Troublemaker Ditto Concealer, sorry, in the shade Moonwalker. Now, I really like this concealer. It's new in my collection, but I've been using this quite a decent amount lately, and honestly, I love it. I don't know what it claims. If it claims to be a high coverage concealer, I would say it's more of a medium coverage, but you can definitely build this up to a full coverage, because I tried it today, and the coverage of it was amazing. And it looks so nice under the eyes, guys. Honestly, this is becoming a favourite of mine. Troublemaker, I'm really enjoying this brand. I've got a few things from this brand now, and I'm actually planning on doing an order on their website soonish to try some more things from this brand, because I'm really impressed with it. This actually looks a lot, but honestly, after my declutter, this is a very small amount for me. Honestly, compared to the amount of foundations I had before my declutter, this is actually this is very little foundations for my collection. But let's get started. We have the W7 Fairy Vegan Perfectly Matte Foundation. This is the shade... What shade are you? Buff. It's in the shade Buff. True Skin Hydrating Foundation. In the shade... What shade are you? I have no idea. I never remember the shade name in this. Cool Nude. Shade Cool Nude. I adore this foundation. From Too Faced in the shade Warm Nude. This is actually a little too dark for me even in the summertime, but I do have a few foundations that are a little bit too light for me, so I think I'm going to actually try and use this with another foundation and mix them both together, because I think that would be a good idea. This stick foundation from Primark in the shade Cool Sand. I'm still not too sure on these, because I've got shade 102 Nude and 104 Buff Beige. Neither shade is completely perfect for me in these foundations. I'm still trying to figure out what one to keep. Dupe, I believe, to the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is my all-time favourite foundation ever. And yeah, this one's actually a little too light for me. It's in the shade 02. It didn't have great shades, but Temu never has great shades in foundations, let's be honest. Yeah, I actually really liked it. This could maybe be one of those foundations where I mix the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And lately I keep reaching for this. Is the Troublemaker Button Pusher Hydrating Medium Coverage Cushion Foundation. I got this in the shade Little Chef. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm really enjoying it. The coverage is decent. And this is probably the best shade match I've ever tried in a foundation. I'm really loving lately, which is new to my collection. I bought it from TK Maxx, I believe. It's the Maybelline Fit Luminous and Smooth Foundation, shade 105. But I've really been enjoying this. The Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Effect Foundation in shade Ivory. The Fine Full Coverage Foundation in shade F4. My one and only, my true, beautiful, best foundation ever to exist, Estee Lauder Double Wear in shade 3-in-1 Ivory Beige. It is their Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation in the shade Shell. It's too light for me, so I think this is definitely one that I'm going to be mixing with the Too Faced foundation, but it's the Fenty Skin Natural Luminous Foundation in the shade 050N Beautiful. Day Flawless in the shade Crystal Beige. The LA Colours Truly Matte Foundation in the shade Natural. And Bourgeois, it's the Always Fabulous Foundation in the shade 310 Beige. Shades F4 and F8.5. My sister had got me this, and she gave me the one that she had because it wasn't the coverage that she likes. But this shade's actually just a little tad too dark for me. However, the F4 shade is a little too light for me, so this is definitely... Oh, can't get the packaging of this. Perfect to have, because it means that I can mix both together and get the perfect shade, because the F8.5 shade has the undertone of me. I've got a yellow undertone because I'm all toned. However, the F4 has a pinkish undertone, which isn't the perfect undertone for me. That has my undertone, but it's just slightly too dark. So I think mixing both shades together might actually make a really good shade match for me. So yeah. Okay, we're going to start off with blush, because that is what I have the most of in Chrome products. So I have these two blush palettes. So they're from Glam. It's their Flush Crush Cream Blush palette. These are stunning. I really enjoy these, but I don't get much use out of them. Again, Really enjoy these. A lot of the shades on this palette are not really usable for myself. So I'm sort of contemplating on whether it's wise to keep this one, because really the only two shades that I can actually use from this, well, I suppose I could use this shade as well, but I don't really like these shades on me. Yeah, like there's 3 shades in that palette that I can use and the rest are too light for me. Yeah. These two from Oh My Beauty, it's the Sweet Cheeks Liquid Blush Ones, and the shades, they don't have shades, but they're absolutely gorgeous. They're genuinely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Those shades are beautiful. Brand Soda. It's the Cheeky Creamy Blush and the Never Shy Away Creamy Blush. This from Revolution, it's the Cherry Blush Drops. Not sure if this is the one for me personally. I need to test this out soon to see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I'll definitely be decluttering that. But this highlighter from the Cura is the Glamour Wand, and I don't know the shade. The shade names of these things are never there. Now, it is a highlighter, but it's more a blush on me than a highlighter, so I am using it as a glowy liquid blush. Glow blush in the shade Flamingo Pink and Terracotta. This is actually an eyeshadow stick from Revolution, and it's the shade Fancy Gold. I despise it on the eyes. It just creased so bad and wasn't very long lasting, but it makes a very beautiful highlighter for the nose and the inner corners and the brow bone. So I have these two from Glow Hub, and it's their Buff Blush in the shade Hot, Flush and Poppin'. This from Good Cosmetics, it's the Dewy Dray Blush. I thoroughly enjoy this blush. It blends so well. Their liquid blush in the shade Orange. Really like it. It's decent. It's definitely decent. You may be aware, if you've seen my recent declutter, I had to get rid of 2 of these because they already went out of date very fast. But these are the last 2 that I have. This is Thrill Seeker. Very pretty. Not really a tone I use all that often though. And Skinny Dip. Genuinely beautiful. They're Blush Hour blushes in the shade Mai Tai and Apero Spritz. It's a cream blush from Temu. This is relatively decent. I do quite like it. It's a beautiful shade. As well as a bronzer, which I will get to the bronzer when we get to that section. These 2 blush sticks from Technic in the shade Pink Diamond and Peach Syrup. Temu. They're basically the pH type of blushes. So you put them on your skin and they go by your pH. I don't know how it works, but it's quite cool. That's the shade that it is for me. For that one, I don't know if the other one will have like a difference. I'm actually going to take them out of the box. We don't need the boxes. It's just ridiculous, and I don't use them because of that. So let's see. They are relatively kind of similar, but they're different. Yeah, I do like these. And these 2 highlighters, one from Collection. It's the shade Stardust. Highlighters together because I do have these 3 highlighters from Good Cosmetics, which is their Chibi Jelly Cooling highlighters in the shade Yuki, Sora, and Tayo. We have these 2 jelly blushes from Rude Cosmetics. They're a lip stain and cheek tint in the shade Kaneko and Sakura. Cosmetics. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's in the shade Flutter. Really like this cream blush. This cream blush from Rude Cosmetics, as well as these 2. So this one's in the shade Snug, Fruit Tart, and Natural Bluff. Section, and the shade doesn't have a shade, but it's very cute. We also have a She Glam version of the pH balance. The colour Change and Blush, that's what they're called, from the Catwoman collection. And this one, yeah, so they all do give different tones. Then for blush we have the Rick and Morty from She Glam, which looks like a brain. Very pretty. I do love that blush. This cream bronzer from Primark, and I really like this bronzer. It's actually pretty decent. Oh look, I'm already making an indent, guys. Ooh, that's exciting. There's actually a divot in that. That actually doesn't get me very excited because I never actually hit pan in anything, so I'm hoping to hit pan in that this year. From Glow Hub, not Glow Hub, the Beauty Crop, sorry, we have this from Beauty Crop. It's the Glow Milk Liquid Bronzer in shade Caramel. We've got this bronzer from Temu, and it's actually pretty decent. I do actually like that. I really enjoy this. MUA in the shade Chai Tea. ELF, it's their putty bronzer in the shade Tan Lines. I'm gonna delete it. This from Temu, I've actually been really enjoying. So yeah, this contour from Glam in the shade Soft Tan. From Collection, it's the Filter Finish Liquid Contour in the shade Light. I actually use this as a liquid bronzer because it's not really a contour shade on me, it's more of a bronzer shade on me. So yeah, although it has to be this from MUA, the Bronze Beauty won't. This, oh, I'm so addicted to this, guys. This one's in the shade, I don't know what shade I have this in. I don't know what shade name, but this is genuinely, this is my favourite liquid cream blush ever to exist. Like, I reach for this a ridiculous amount. Starting off with all my highlighters, and genuinely I'm actually shocked that I don't have more than this when it comes to highlighters, because I am a highlighter queen. I really love highlighter, so I'm genuinely shocked that this isn't a bigger pile. Although when it's in the drawer it looks like a massive amount. So this is from Glam. It's from the Harry Potter collection. It's their Snitch highlighter. I don't actually really know the full name of it. I had to get rid of the big box packaging because it was just taking up too much space. I know a lot of people don't like Glam or Sheen as a whole, but I do like the products. It's a very beautiful highlight. I really do enjoy using this. Troublemaker, it's the glowy highlighter in the shade Disco Dust Light Gold. This one from Glam, it's their Moonside highlighter in the shade Monrose. Again, very beautiful highlighter. These two from Rude Cosmetics. One is in the shade 1 in a Million, and the other is in Champagne Sparks. So this one from the Toy Story collection from Revolution doesn't have a shade name. This is very pretty. I never reach for this, which is shocking because it's beautiful. It's from Revolution. It's their I can't actually remember what type of highlighter this is. It's in the shade Diamond Glow. Now I've got this Nabla Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in the shade Amnesia. It is really pretty, to be honest. When you so definitely not be getting rid of this highlighter. We have this from Tarte. It's a loose highlighter from them. It's the Tartelette Chrome Paint highlighter. This is genuinely beautiful. Action, cute, tidy little highlight. It is actually very pretty if I'm on collection. I have the shade Moonlight and Moon Kingdom. I have the Legend of Korra Super Shock highlighter. A huge highlighter. It is absolutely gorgeous. Don't know the brand name. This is actually a really nice highlighter, surprisingly, from Temu. Like, it is genuinely stunning. So it's got the face of a lion on it. It's surprisingly really pretty, actually. Kiss Someone Shining You highlighter. This is okay. This one from Kiss Someone highlight powder. Again, no shade name. It's quite pretty. I quite like that one, to be fair. It's a putty formula. Yeah, as you can see, I've been playing about with it. It used to be a dome, and now it's like mush. Because the problem with texture like that is I like to sit and play with it. Okay, I can't help it. It's pretty, actually. Yeah, that's really gorgeous. Okay, not actually too bad anymore, because beforehand, before I done my declar, I had a lot more than this. So this is actually... this is pretty good for me, guys. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Oh, so this is the only Kiko product I think I own and have ever really owned. But it's the Flawless Fusion bronzer in the shade 01. I've actually seen it in one below for £1. It's the Revolution Contour Compact in the shade Light. To Glow matte bronzer, matte medium 2. Super soft matte bronzer for a natural glow. Contains vitamin E, UVA and UVB filters. It's bronzed matte bronzing powder in the shade Solar. This is, oh, I love this bronzer. It's one of my favourites from collection, and it smells just like the Physicians Formula butter bronzer, which I do have as well, which you can see right there. It's most likely does not exist anymore, but it's the bronzer reloaded in the shade Takification. It's their Smooth Blur bronzer in the shade Beach Bum Bronze. It's a little dark for me, but I am able to make it work with a very light hand. It's the Suntorini bronzer in the shade Medium. I don't really understand why I don't use it very often, because it is actually very pretty. But yeah, I like it. Famous Hula bronzer from Benefit. It's just a mini version. You don't need a big version, it's just silly. The Sunside bronzer in the shade Morning Beam. Really enjoy this bronzer. Again, I know a lot of people are have issues with Glam. I do like their products. That bronzer in the shade Light. Aldi's brand. This bronzer doesn't say much. 9 grams of product. Still getting used to this item. I have not used it enough to really give it a lot of thought. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. In the shade Muru Butter Bronzer. I have no idea how to pronounce that, guys. Sorry about that. I don't actually know if Real Love is even a brand anymore, to be honest, but this is their super bronzer. I got this in the shade Desert from Savers, a shop called Savers. I do really like this bronzer. I'd actually see in my last video me testing this out. So this is a Troublemaker Rascal bronzer in the shade Outlaw. I think this is their latest shade, and I do think that they do need to do better with getting a lighter shade in this, because this is even slightly too dark for masking tone. Mini from Ciate in the shade Palm Island. It's a very small bronzer, so I can use it up, but yeah, NARS, it's their Laguna bronzer. Well, I think it's the shade Laguna. Mirror's going. Yeah, this is okay. Blush. As you can see, I have a lot of blush, but this still looks so much better than it did before my declutter. It's from Revolution in the shade Peach Pop. Really love this. Gives like it's a beautiful glowy blush. I love a glowy blush. I am a glowy blush queen. Honestly, give me a glowy blush over a matte blush any day. But I do love a matte blush as well. To be fair, the Glow Up palette, Color and Illuminating Blush Duo in the shade Pink Aura. As you can see, I have not used this shade. I've used the shimmery blush that I think is actually meant to be a topper. Timu in the shade Cheeky. It's a cream and powder duo. I actually quite like this. It's their blush. Definitely similar to the NARS Orgasm, which I do actually have. But this is actually a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more glowier than the one from NARS. I do really love that though. And She Glam, it's their Glam 101 Hybrid Highlighter and Blush Duo in the shade Seville. It's the Endless Summer Blush. Looks like this. It's a very, very beautiful blush. It's actually really pigmented. It's got a bit of a glow to it. It's meant to be a blush, but it's more like a blush topper. It's in the shade Pink Pearl because it's basically a highlighter. It's a blush, but it's practically a highlighter, as you can see. So I use this as a blush topper. Primark, it's a Sweet Radiant Blusher in the shade Peach. I did have the pink one as well, but I declared the pink one. I don't need both of them. This is just okay. I don't mind it. I do wish I had a wee bit more pigment though. Minoso blush. I've had this for so long and I still love it. It's gorgeous. It's the Roaring 20s Ombre Blush in the shade Flamboyant from the Powerpuff Girls collection. Tough Love Shimmer Blush. I really like this blush. It's so nice. Too Faced Sweetheart's Perfect Flush Blush in the shade Candy Glow. I still adore this blush. It's so glowy. W7 Candy Blush in the shade Galactic. You all know who they're ripping off there. Don't know the shade. I had to declutter one of them. Get this one. It's not bad. That's from Primark. It's a Velvet Blush in the shade Cherry Pop. It's not too bad. I don't even really know if I really want to keep this. But that's cute actually, yes, I'll keep it. At least I have the Troublemaker Bouncy Blush in the shade Rebound Red. I have the Ofra Glow Up palette. Oh my god. If you remember Ofra Cosmetics, you'll remember this palette. I still have it and it still works. I use it all the time. I honestly, nothing will ever compare to Ofra Cosmetics highlighters. This from Technic Mega Blush. My sister-in-law gave me this. I don't know if I really need it though, because I don't use pinks, I guess. And I do like having choice in case. No, I'll keep it. It's from Mood Cosmetics. I really use it, to be honest. You're going to hear me saying that a lot. I don't really dip into my face palettes very often, which is bad. The question really does lie, do I need face palettes, because I don't really reach for them. Very cute. This is very pretty though, to be fair. I've not used it yet. I mean, are you even surprised? I do like it. Again, not to use this one either. Shock Horror. One. Then this from Mood Cosmetics. Oh, and Shock Horror, guys. I've not used this either. This from Mood Cosmetics. Oh, and Shock Horror. I've not used it yet. You know, I'm wondering though, like, some of these shades actually are quite similar to these ones that I have. But not the same. No, they're definitely different. With the Courageous blush palette from them. I think actually I've used this once or twice. Although you wouldn't be able to tell that I've used it. I think I actually have used this once or twice, although you wouldn't actually be able to tell that I've used it though, guys. Fearless face palette from them, which looks like this. The Audacious contour palette. I genuinely never reach for this palette. I really need to start reaching for it because actually it's quite pretty. Tinted blush palette, which looks like this. It's from Red Cosmetics. It's the Angelic Glow palette. This is a highlighting palette. These are actually quite interesting because they are highlighters that shift differently. They look all like they'd maybe be like a white tone, but they actually shift in different colours. The metalized hypnotic highlight palette. Not used this yet in a long time, but it's the medium vibes face palette. This palette is don't get me wrong, right? Like the blush and highlighters in it, beautiful. The bronzers need a little work when you're trying to blend them out. Like it just takes a while to blend them, and I think that's what puts me off using the palette. But I mean, the item, like the products actually are beautiful. And I really do need to start getting use out of that because I don't use it this week. This week so far, I've used this bronzer palette from Profusion. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it, guys. I think I'm just going to say bye to this. I don't really need it. It's actually quite nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't need it. So I'm actually going to declutter that. I never use out of this palette from Profusion either. I don't even know if these... I mean, that's pretty. Profusion. It's really pretty. I don't need that. I'm going to declutter that as well. The Tarteist Pro Glow and Blush. I adore this palette. I really love this palette. The Hopelessly Devoted Highlight palette. I don't use this enough. I'm not getting rid of this because this is my baby. From Pixie and Hello Kitty. Charmin Glow. This is really just, it's stunning. Stunning. Update since I filmed these videos. So of course I'd already showed my primers and setting sprays and all that. So let me update you. So I actually finished up this Fresh Grip setting spray from W7, but the packaging for my Troublemaker setting spray, the Genius Grip, I could not get the product out. So I dispensed it into this empty bottle. That way I could actually get use out of it. And shock horror, guys, I actually used up a product. I know I'm actually shocked myself. So yeah, that's what happened with that packaging. In terms of new products since I've done that part of the film, I've added these two primers to my collection. So the Rid Hydration Poreless Lightweight Face Primer and the MUA Blur and Define Pore Blend Primer. So I've added that to my collection. This from Troublemaker, the Make Space Blurring Primer. This setting powder from Beauty Creations, I believe it is. Yeah, the Bifilter Translucent Dream. So yeah, quite like that. The Troublemaker Dinky Brightening Concealer, love that. The Troublemaker Juno Full Coverage Foundation and Concealer in the shade Little Chef. And the Troublemaker Joy Multi-Use Foundation Stick in the shade Little Chef. I've been loving these products, honestly, I can't get enough of them. But yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye!